I was So anyways, on the weekends I visit my parents, cut their grass, hang out with them, you know, visit with them, etc. And I was my mom was gone. She went to a baby shower. Fine and dandy. And to make sort of a long story short, I was driving out to a shopping center, you know, on the back road, and I spotted a turtle. He's just sitting there in the middle of the road, just sunning himself. And I'm thinking to myself, Mr. Turtle, that's not cool. And mind you, this road isn't heavily traveled. It's, you know, it's 2-lane highway, back road, whatever you want to call it. No, it's not a highway. It's 2-lane back road. Wide enough so they have a center, double center yellow line painted. But I picked him up. I pulled off the side of the road, make sure he didn't get run over, make sure I didn't get run over. Picked him up, put him in the grass. Not sure if that was a good choice or a bad choice. I know him sitting there was not a great idea for him, but, you know, obviously he was in the middle of the road safe, so I don't know. You always wonder when you do stuff like that, you know, you think you're helping animals or whatever, and you just, or maybe you're just setting them up for failure, you know. I mean, doing nothing doesn't guarantee that the turtle dies, doesn't guarantee he lives. You know, I figured by picking him up and dropping him in the weeds, you know, away from the road was probably a better choice, but who knows? It's all a gamble. That was my turtle story. My short turtle story. I like turtles. But not like the kid who goes, I'm a turtle, or I like turtles. I think he says, I like turtles. Fire dance strategy. 3 enemies, 50% groove damage. 5 enemies, 75% groove damage. Take 10 burn damage until an ally uses the douse action. So it basically wastes their turn. Or they continue to take burn damage. We're gonna summon our battle boars. That is a way cooler name than it should have for what is essentially the dog unit in this faction. The battle boars. This whole left side has just been a complete cluster. Where are you at? You're at 128. I'd put you to 200%. What's that? You could get shot. Get shot. What was that? Reinforcement, sir. Yeah, we're just gonna shoot you with my big boy guns. I wish I had not had my characters in such a piss poor position. Capture.
Hey.
Look at that, boys. New toys. Emperor's Tinkerer. Pretty cool. Like reinforcing, right? Alright, we're gonna move you up here. And we're gonna put the turtle between the two, so no matter which way you attack, I'm gonna get you on the next turn. I appreciate your deposit. Thank you. Trebuchet? Expecting someone eventually to come down and be like, hey. Well, that was stupid. I did not click the button. Yes, I want to send you this direction so you can go deposit it, but I know Big Boy's coming down to get it. Could do fire dance. I want to kind of save it though, because I have a feeling I'm going to need it a little bit deeper than this. I was cutting my grass today, and not really an important story about grass cutting or anything related to that, but I had my parents had a weed whacker, and it was one of those self-winding ones, you know, that basically does not have a button on the bottom of it, so you don't like hit the button, which causes more reel to come out. It's got a mechanism inside so that when the reel gets to a certain, or when the line gets to a certain length, it shoots out more line due to centrifugal force, I guess. I don't get it. Anyways, reason I tell this story is because I needed a part of that mechanism broke, and I had to find, I was going to originally replace the head on it, but getting the head off the stupid weed whacker was unbearably difficult. It was not like a traditional weed whacker where you stick something in the spoke to hold it straight while you unscrew it. It's more like it's part of the whole motor mechanism, I guess. I ended up having to buy what should be like a 10-cent piece for like $14, because it was the one small plastic piece that was broken that I needed to replace. Rest assured, Governor Emperor's itinerary is dedicated to resolving this swiftly. However many ships you need to defeat the pirates gangs, you'll have them. Oh, thank you. The pirates have been really awful for trade and tourism. If I fight the pirates myself, the people need me here, of course. Governor, the pirates attacking. We need you. Oh dear. I suddenly feel ill. Rhoda, I've done all I can. I'll leave the fate of this island to you. Got a full pirate curse. Your wicked deeds end here. Arr! You think you can better old Firebird? Come get burnt. No, we didn't plan for this. That's alright. I did plan for this.
I don't take prisoners.
So as I was saying, stupid plastic piece. It's just a little. It's not tiny like a screw tiny, but it was like 1.5 inches long by maybe a 1/4 inch thick, if that. And it was the key was one of the key mechanisms needed to let the line go out. If the mechanism isn't working right, basically the mechanism keeps feeding line. So you have to create a situation where you... Anyways, I replaced the part. It cost like 10 or whatever dollars, $10, $15 plus shipping. Oh, and I got the receipt here. Okay, I actually don't know. It was just a packing receipt. But I took it out. I took the the piece, put it in the mechanism, popped it in with the spring that goes with it, which I luckily kept. This I was smart enough to keep, not throw anything out, so I just kept the spring, put the replacement piece in, and it works perfectly fine. So. No big deal there. But yep. But it irritates me because for the cost of the part itself, I could add a whole replacement weed whacker head mechanism. It would have been different, obviously. It would have been like a push button one where you hit it, you know, to cause it to feed. But I just, it's basically, you know, my mom buys, or my dad or whoever bought a weed whacker that is essentially designed for, okay, you bought this, it works with your other battery type, what's it called? Not situation, system. There we go. Works with your other battery system, so it's plug and play, like, you know, how, you know, with like power tools, you have a single battery that'll work on a drill, a power saw, and a couple other things. And all you have to do is, the most expensive part of it, of course, is the battery. Anyways, so, you know, it's designed for you to be part of the, you know, the battery system they have at Ryobi. And then, you know, when you actually need to fix it, it's like, well, did you buy the the higher end one? Or did you buy the lower automatic feed one? And you're like, I think they bought the lower tier one. And like, oh, well, I can't help you then. You're going to have to go and find a... So I had to order it online from a place that does, you know, replacement parts. And it's just like, okay, great. One nice thing about it was the shipping didn't cost me a ton. I had 2 different places I was looking at this for. One was like $10, but they had like $10 of shipping, which I didn't get because the piece isn't big enough for it to be a $10 shipment. Unless, of course, they have some sort of minimum amount that you have to order. Otherwise, they charge it to you in freight. But, yeah, whatever. It works. Everything's good to go. I'm having one hell of a month. Earlier in May, after I got laid off, I wanted to power wash my deck and front porch because I was getting ready to paint and seal it for whenever new season. And while I was using my mom's pressure washer, I popped there's a connector that's supposed to screw into the wand. But I popped that off the wand and I was just like, you know what, I'm not fucking with this. In job search news, however, I have started looking for a job, obviously. Where's Bergans? You have no shame. Let me check. Sham Khan. Silver wants to know if you got any shame. Shame? That's some kind of fruit? Never heard of it. Sorry, Admiral. Fresh out. So, I've started applying for new jobs, and I am absolutely flabbergasted in some ways about... I don't know if I'm qualified for some of these jobs based on what I did previously. I feel like I am qualified. I'm not 100% sure if I check off all the boxes. But like a couple of the companies I was looking at, it's like, well, we're gonna, you know, the bottom end of this pay structure is like 10,000 more than I was being paid in my last job, and I'm just going like, I must not. It must be something I'm missing in this job that I am probably not qualified for. Wolf. Captain, the government mansion just ahead. How shall we proceed? I suppose we could always break down the gate. Then again, we have thief units. Thief could use bypass ability to slip right past the gate. Might have been helpful to have a fucking thief in some of these other earlier missions. Of course, what mission? What am I thinking of? Oh yes, the one with the mice. We are trying to get to the secret chamber and you don't have thief units at that point. So you have to break the doors down instead of bypassing them. The only other one I can think of, I guess, it would be some of the missions in the Felhelm campaign. But it seems like anytime you get close enough to those doors, like approaching the doors, you know, the game would basically switch to the next portion of the mission where all the doors would open and the enemy would start barreling at you. I happen to have a thief in the area, so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to obviously keep the thief outside the area of these three gentlemen or so. I'm going to use my little boat that's on the river there, or stream, or whatever you want to call it, to knock out one of the, provided I have enough time before the thief gets up there, knock out one of the recruitment buildings, and then I'll push these guys that are down here on the pier up, so we won't have to worry about that. And then of course my long-range units are going to continue to be long-range units. Turtles are worthless to me now, as there's nothing left to challenge me. Alright, don't care about that. For some reason, the commander decided to leave himself on fire. That's kind of weird to me. Oh, darn. Did you see that? I just shot him dead. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, they're too far back for me to hit them, I think. I'd have to move up. Damn. Already got enough groove for another fire attack. I don't care about that. That would be stupid. No, we're not gonna ransack it. That's stupid. It'd be kind of a nifty mechanic. And I'm not really sure how well this. I'm just sort of shooting from the hip here. But I think it'd be kind of a nifty mechanic to be able to have what am I thinking of? Oh, you have a ranged unit, okay? When it's at full health, it has its full range. And as damage gets dealt to it, it slowly but surely loses range until the point that it's, you know, only able to shoot, say, one space in any direction. Or maybe two. This is a ranged unit. You can go up there and heal, Chris. You don't have to do this. Oh, you know me. Can't ever follow my own directions. Oh, that makes sense. Even though they're gonna kill that guy and attack my catapult here in short order. Or not. I can just... Okay, whatever. Won't take me much to get rid of you. Bypass. Yeah, I forgot to click bypass. That's annoying. And that's the end. Ellie, Duncan, if it was this island, but see, I made it. You're home. Never did like talking about it, but I know ye missed it something awful. I wish ye... Captain, Let's go. Get in. Stop them. Go, go, go. Hold on a second. It's the guy from before. Hey, you, come with us if you want to live. Heaven song's up for blood. Trust me, you don't want to be here another second. Ah, smell you later, Admiral. Victory! That's 2 stars. I missed one for some reason. Captain, we found it. The map. The map's legends is all some kind of code.
Huh?
I was right of that. See if you and Haruka can have a go at cracking it. Yes, Captain? Captain! Rescue this comrade Jonka. For comrade, where's my manners? Welcome aboard. I heard you helped take out the Lieutenant Ubizo. And Shower Cheeks ain't gonna be happy about that. Oh well, you snooze, you lose. What? Lucky you came when you did. Admiral Blade Bunner would have torn you to shreds.
You okay there?
You okay there? Hey, answer the captain when she's talking to you. You're looking for... If you're gonna heave, there's a whole ocean behind you. Ali? Huh?
What?
What did you say? How'd you know that name? I guess that's his wife. Would make sense. They got into Governor's mansion. How much of the Emperor's gold did they steal? None as far as we can tell. Some officers were houses ransacked, but no money's missing. Pretty lucky, huh? Must have chased them off just in time. Maybe they couldn't find any. Pirates aren't the brightest. Well, that was a while ago. Tell the governor clerks to take careful stock of their offices. Well, that's part of the prequel. Those bells. If a single sheet of paper's missing, I want to know about it. Yes, sir. Alright, I will cut the episode here, and when we come back, we will be doing more crap. Until then, I hope you have a good one.